Hey everybody, the question that I want to go over this week is why do I need a pre-approval in order for me to go and see properties? If you're interested in my 2 cents, stick around. Let's start by first stating the facts. Why do we need a pre-approval? The very first thing is, in order for you to purchase a property, you have to have a pre-approval if you're planning on financing it. And even if you're not planning on financing, let's say you're a cash buyer, you still need to get a letter from the bank to let the sellers know that you have sufficient amount of money to purchase their property. Number two, in order for you to be taken seriously by any seller, you must have a pre-approval. Otherwise, they will reject your offer right away. They won't even bother looking at it. Number three, sometimes we have a number in our head of what we can afford, and then when we approach our mortgage company, the number that they tell us that we can afford doesn't always match what we envision. So we want to make sure that there's no discrepancy between what we think we can afford and what's on paper, because that will definitely change your situation. And the last point that I want to bring up, the last fact here, is all about having as much information as possible. And the reason for this is if your real estate agent is aware of the financial situation you're in, they can definitely match that to the market conditions that are out there right now, and hopefully put you in a favorable position where you can negotiate from strength and not from necessity or desperation. And I know what some of you guys are thinking. Miro, I just want to look at some properties because the truth is, I'm not even going to buy in the next 6 months. Most likely I will end up buying next year. And right now I just want to do my homework. I want to check out the market conditions and start the education process. And I totally get that. And that is exactly what you should tell your real estate agent. Now, there may be some concerns here, right? You might have some concerns. You might think, Miro, if I tell a real estate agent that I'm not planning on buying or selling or doing anything for 6 months or for a year, what kind of real estate agent will actually take me seriously? Now, I want you to take a second and think about this question because it's a wonderful, amazing question. If I'm not buying or selling for a year, what kind of real estate agent will give me the time of day and pay attention to me, right? So think about it for a second. My response to this question is there a better way to weed out real estate agents who only care about the next payday and where the next commission is coming from? Right? This is your way of finding out who truly cares about you and has your best interest at heart. Because here's the thing, it's not going to cost you anything. It might cost you a little more time, right? Because when you start calling real estate agents, before you get to the one who's willing to work with you and really take care of you, it might take you an extra 10 phone calls or 15 or 20 or whatever that number is. But once you get to the person who truly wants to help you out and do whatever they can, think about what you stumbled upon. You've just found a real estate agent who understands that the only way that they can win is if you win. The only way that they can be successful is if you are successful. The only way they can make money is if you make money. I mean, this is priceless here as far as the consumer is concerned, as far as you're concerned, right? Because once you find that person, you won't have to wonder if they have your best interest at heart. Because guess what? Your best interest is their best interest. There's no division. There's no separation. I think that's enough for today on pre-approval. If you find this useful or beneficial, that's awesome. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, mysteries, you know the drill. If not, I will see you all next week. Thanks for joining me.